Are you a deviant? You know, like those of us who binge watch serial killer programs, laugh at the stupid shit people do, and revel in anything adult? Well, you found your people. Join us as we crack open the door to the padded cell and release the insanely stupid, the weirdly wonderful, and those who choose to live outside societal norms. We'll delve into the strange, the macabre, the sexy, and the outrageous. So, if you're a deviant, then you have your place with us in the padded cell. Hello and welcome to episode 82 of the Padded Cell podcast.
What's happening, everybody?
And today, what fucking date is it today? It's going to be the 10th of April when this goes out.
Yeah.
10th of April.
Fucking
Absolutely
hell.
nuts. So the Grand National would have happened. That's this weekend, I think, isn't it? Grand National
Yes, I believe so. Yeah, because, yeah.
Oh, Liam's going to the Grand National and you should see the suit that he's got. He showed me yesterday.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, I'm just going to chat
Oh,
around.
it's all right.
And he's brought these lovely Mark Darcy shoes, Mark Darcy suits and shoes. He's going to look dapper. He got the shoes out. I was like, God, bloody hell, Liam, they're gorgeous.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind going to races one day.
It's good.
You know.
Have you not been to races?
Not for years and years.
He's going to the Grand National quite regularly. It was good.
Yeah.
Right then, so on this day, on the 10th of April, 1988, a young actor who was born, Haley Joel Osment. Do you know who that is?
Nope.
Do you know who Haley Joel Osment is?
Yeah, from Sixth Sense.
Yeah. I see dead people.
Oh, okay, is that him? Yeah.
Yes.
I know his name.
Yeah. He was a kind of cute little kid, wasn't he? He's not really grown up very cute.
No, isn't he?
Sorry
No,
to say.
No.
Sorry, Haley.
What were you saying last week about men getting better with age?
Yeah, well, he's still quite young though. He's got time.
Okay.
What I mean by that is, so men, I think they take a little while to catch up to girls. And then when they do, they have like their prime, if you like, when they're younger. Let's say up to like, 35, 40 is like, yeah.
Prime.
But then as you get older, it's like, I don't know, men just grow older gracefully most of the time,
Okay. Oh, yeah.
most of the time, and grow into the wrinkles and the looks and the grey hair. It's okay.
Yeah.
Whereas women just feel a need to fucking dye their hair and fill the face and all that kind of thing. I'm like, just let it go. And you know what? One actress that I'm really impressed with for doing that is, fuck. It was in my head. Hang on. Jodie Foster.
Yes.
Jodie Foster and the one with the short hair who was in A Fish Called Wanda. Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Oh shit! I've just kicked the dangly bit on the desk.
Pardon?
Neither of them, as far as I can tell, have had much or any surgery.
Yeah.
And like Jamie Lee Curtis, she's just letting her hair go white and short, and
I like the white hair, me.
Yeah. And Jodie Foster, she's probably about 61, something like that. And I don't know, she didn't have an awful lot of makeup on in this photograph. And you could see all of it, all these lines, all the laugh lines and her forehead and all the rest of it. And she still looked gorgeous. I'm like, oh, come on, ladies. We're not doing each other any favours here by presenting ourselves in a way which is unattainable for some.
Yeah, I get you, yeah.
Yeah. Whereas guys tend not to do that so much. I know, I'm not saying guys don't look after themselves, of course they do, but the whole need to stay looking younger isn't quite there with guys, is it? And I hope that doesn't come. Anyway, I don't even know how I got onto that. I started off with I see dead people.
That was why I brought it up, didn't I? Yeah, about men aging. Yeah, from last week.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
An hour ago.
Thank you. Right. Also, this month is Scottish American Heritage Month, which probably means nothing to you whatsoever.
Doesn't.
But back in the day, 1800s, and a little bit before, but mainly then, a whole load of Scottish folk went and emigrated over to America. Okay. Yeah, and made their lives there. And there's a massive, Scottish community now over in America because of that. A lot of Scottish heritage. Have you seen the programme Outlander?
No.
Have you seen the programme Outlander?
No.
Have you heard of it?
Yeah.
I've heard of it, yeah.
It's meant to be a hot man leads it. That's all I know.
So that's all you know. There's some hot fella in it.
That's all you need to know.
In a kilt.
That's all I need to know. Yeah.
That's all you need to know.
In a kilt.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Outlander is about actually an English lady, but who meets this Scottish guy back in time. She time travels.
Oh.
By accident, she finds herself in fucking 18, whatever it is, and in modern garb. And there's people like, who are you? And she falls for this stable hand.
Oh, okay.
For he is a bit fit, like Jamie. His name is, and she's Claire, and basically they fall for each other, and I think it's like its 7th season now, and they lose each other, they find each other again. But the main thing about this show, every single episode, Claire and Jamie shag.
Okay.
Everyone. And we're waiting for it. How are they going to shag this episode?
Okay, yeah. Is that what it is?
Yeah. And I mean, it's got a little bit awkward now, because when they very first started the whole thing, they were young, they didn't have kids, you know, they were, I don't know, 30, something like that, late 20s. I don't know what they were supposed to be. Now, you know, she's got a grown-up child who's got her own children. So
she's a nan.
Claire's my age and older.
Yeah.
And Jamie's knocking on, you know, and they're still shagging. And it's just a little bit like, it's like watching your nan. Because she's a nan,
but
you know.
But you're invested.
Sort of.
Yeah.
I'm a bit like that now. You know, I want to watch, but I'm a bit like, she's gonna have great pubes, isn't she?
Yeah, probably.
I was gonna say like me, but TMI, I don't have any.
Good to know.
Sorry. There's just tea in this mug.
You sure love.
I need to move on from Claire.
He's still intoxicated from last night.
I forgot about that. No, I'm not. Actually, funny enough, I'm going to move on from my baldness.
Oh, like a vulture's head.
A bald eagle. So this month is also, what is it? I've lost my nose.
Baldy Fanny Week.
Hang on. This month is also National Poetry Month.
Excellent.
I've wrote it as a poem.
Oh, have you?
Yeah. You don't know this about me. I'm fucking creative, you know.
I'm good at poems, you know.
You're good at rap lyrics.
Well, yeah.
You need to write us a Padicel rap.
Okay.
That we can do on the live.
Okay.
No pressure.
Easy.
Okay. So, I'm a poet. I'm not. I'm creative, and do you know what? I don't know if I've ever said this before. My mum was really good at poetry. I hate to say this, but my mum wasn't good at an awful lot, really. No. And, you know, our relationship. But one of the things I remember about my mum was she was just happened to be good at poetry.
Yeah.
She wasn't really good at English. She didn't have any O-levels or whatever, you know. And somehow she could be good at poetry, and I must have it off her. Anyway, I've got a Padicel poem.
Let's have a go.
You ready? Welcome, you deviants. Step right in. Crack open the door and find kink within. With Vicky the dominatrix, she takes no shit. And Ryan the scouse master, oh boy, he can hit. From mysterious tales to fetishes rare, no topics too twisted, they really don't care. Macabre, outrageous, sexy and bold, with stories so shocking, they never get old. No topics too strange, no story too mad. It's dark and dirty. Then get on it, lad. So watch with caution, don't be a fool, because we're the Padicel podcast. You know the rule.
Excellent.
Thank you, Poet Laureate. So that's my little nod to National Poetry Month.
Very good.
Did as a poem.
Yeah. You should have told me. I had to write one myself.
Yeah. But then it wouldn't have spoiled. You don't know what I'm doing. Normally do it spoil the
I
second.
never know, yeah.
Before I move on, what I didn't do in the last one, I'm going to say hello to all of our patrons.
Oh, yeah.
I've got loads. I'm so sorry. I haven't said hello yet. I do appreciate you all. So the new ones, we've got Karen B. Oh God, we've got a Karen.
Oh.
I've said not so nice things about Karens.
I know.
It wasn't personal, Karen.
I imagine she's not a stereotypical Karen, though.
Well, no, because she's a Patreon. And she follows us. She
she's
can't
a
be
devious
She
Karen.
can't be one of those Karens because she'd be complaining to Facebook on a daily.
She would, yeah.
So,
Maybe she is. Maybe she's a rogue agent.
Well, no, because she wouldn't pay, would she?
Maybe a level of Karen is that high.
Not this Karen. She's lovely. This is Karen B. Karen B is nice.
We've got our fucking eye on you, Karen B.
No, I haven't. No, she's lovely. She's a Patreon. Shut up.
Love you, Karen.
Karen B. Molly, Kits, Cyan Switch, Nadine, Christina, Ellie, Holly, and sleep deprivation.
Oh, fucking hell, that's me, mate.
Have you signed up to Patreon?
I don't need you following me to Patreon as well. Fucking hell.
Right, I'm going to move on because I want to hear your segment. You've got a segment for us, and I'm going to do mine really, really quick.
Go on, yeah.
It could have been a longer one, but I'm not. I'm going to shorten it down. I'm going to talk about a guy called Joseph Pujol. I don't think you're going to know this name.
No, I know Pujol, who used to play for Barcelona.
Oh, no. Right, do you know the
Insane
name?
defender.
Cordelia? No.
No, never heard of it.
So, this man quite literally blasted his way to fame.
Finger blasted or?
No. It's not the normal blasting, then. Right track's wrong thing. No, it's not even the right track. Okay. So, he was born in 1857 in Marseille, in France.
Uh-huh.
And he was a baker, just an ordinary guy, just a baker. But something unusual happened. He discovered that he had an unusual ability.
Oh.
He could control his abdominal muscles in such a way that he could inhale air through his rectum and release it at will. Mm-hmm. I mean, you might be wondering how to find something out like that. Well, what happened, apparently, he was swimming. And as he took a breath to go underwater, he went, to go underwater, obviously it makes your muscles relax. He took in water up his back passage.
Oh, no.
And then released it. And he went, how the fuck did it do that?
The public colonic.
My first thought is, was it clear water when it came out?
Well, yeah.
Was it shitty water?
It probably was shitty water.
So he felt this cold water rushing in and then expelling. But he went, and then clenched and controls it. And then he went, relax and let go. He's like, okay, I can control what's coming in and out of me bumhole, basically. So it was just a bizarre party trick at first, this taking in of air and releasing it.
Yeah.
But he was an entertainer at heart, and he realised that he had something special, and he created this show. It's roughly translated to the Farsamaniac, but in French, it's, hang on, Le Pétoman.
Le Pétoman.
Yeah,
Love
that
that.
was his show. And he went on to perform for years in the Moulin Rouge in the late 19th century. Yeah.
Oh.
And I mean, the Moulin Rouge, it was like the epicenter at the time of outrageous performances and real, like, pushing the boundaries, if you like, of what you could do on stage at that time. So the audiences loved it. They went for this.
Just
they
this
lived
guy
for it.
farting his head off.
But it wasn't just about making noise. He was like, they call it here, a symphony of flatulence. Right? He could mimic musical instruments and perform entire songs. He could produce sound effects like fire cannon and thunderstorms. This is fact. Yeah. One of his most famous acts, and I have seen this, there's a film about this, not the actual guy, but it's true. He played the French national anthem, the Marseillaise, entirely through his arsehole.
I love that.
I mean, is that... Could you go to prison for that, do you think?
I was going to say that. Is that disrespectful or is that like
It's
super respectful?
Yeah. So, basically, it's a human wind instrument. Yeah, oh yeah. Dylan's just walked in time. The human wind instrument has just walked in, farted his way to the microphone.
Hey, you blow all out, lad.
So, hi.
I'm here to save the day.
Oh, you've missed the first bit. We're talking about Joseph Pujol, who
And his arse.
has an uncanny ability to draw in wind through his bumhole and expel it and play a tune.
What a guy.
Yeah, and then you walked in.
Perfect.
Here he is.
Scissor farting into the room.
Dylan Pujol.
So yes, he could mimic musical instruments, cannon fire and thunderstorms, and played the French national anthem through his bumhole.
What a guy.
So his act became so popular that he was earning more money than some of the biggest stars at the time.
You're joking.
Making about 20,000 francs a show. Now, I should have converted that, but I haven't, but it was a lot.
Sounds a lot.
It's a lot.
Sounds a lot, yeah.
So he trained his body like an athlete. So it wasn't just a case of drawing in wind and just farting it out. Yeah. To make these sounds, he had to make different shapes and stuff with his abdomen. So he would have to clench and move and do all these different things in his abdomen to produce the sound. And he had to train his anal sphincter.
Yeah.
So he had to train to open to let the air in and then close at different sort of degrees to create different sounds.
Like a flute.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah.
What a guy.
So my thinking is the wider the anal sphincter, the lower the sound.
Yeah, just
and and then the tighter, the higher it is. Yeah.
That's how you play a saxophone.
It is. Well, it's how you play a French horn.
That's
French
how you play
horn.
an arsehole.
Yeah. So the wider your omniture your lips are, the lower the tune.
Oh, he's farting
and the more
in C
you
minor.
purse your lips, the higher the tune you play through the French horn. Must be similar with his bumhole.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a notebook for playing your arsehole.
Maybe. I'll
Like-
look into that.
Yeah. If you wanted to play
I've never known anybody else to be able to do this to this sort of level of ability.
well,
so
maybe because there's been no book written.
maybe they know what not to follow.
Yeah.
No instruction manual.
Yeah.
So it wasn't actually farting. So there was no smell.
Okay.
So it wasn't like digestive gas. It hadn't gone through his body first. If you remember, he opens up his bum hole, takes in air, and then releases it. So it's air that he's releasing. It's not gas, smelly gas.
Yeah. So
Because at first I was like, God, this must have been a bit stinky,
imagine,
at the time, you know? Anyway, the audience just adored him, and he had props, costumes. Apparently his comedic timing was bob on as well, and people literally were laughing until they cried.
Just a genius.
And I've seen a film with Leonard Rossiter. I think it was in 1979, and he played Joseph. Do you know Leonard Rossiter?
No.
Have you seen Rise and Damp?
No.
You haven't seen Rise and Damp.
You sound shocked, mate.
Okay. Rise and Damp was a sitcom in the 70s, and he was a landlord in it. It wasn't very PC at all.
Okay.
And he also, you're too young. Do you remember the Martini Cinzano advert years ago? Martini time?
I think so.
Okay, there's Rise and Damp. Leonard Rossiter.
No.
No, don't recognise him.
No, it doesn't ring any bells.
Well, he played Joseph Pujol in this film, and he was excellent. He's got one of them faces which is very elastic. And he pulls all the different faces, very expressive.
Yeah.
So when he was playing this part, he wasn't just like breaking wind and go, he was going, all
Adding
this.
to it,
His face was so funny in it. It was really, very, very good. So yes, the audiences thoroughly enjoyed it, and European aristocrats came from all over Europe to come and see this, including royalty. He farted for royalty.
No way.
But what happened to him? Obviously, most good things don't last forever, and his downfall, unfortunately, was the looming of World War One. So tastes changed. People weren't quite so enamoured with this farting guy in the Moulin Rouge. Things were a bit more sombre.
Yeah.
People weren't quite so engaged with this kind of humour. They were more worried, really, about what would happen.
Yeah, of course.
And so when World War One actually broke out, everything changed. The mood in France no longer suited this frivolous entertainment. And it all came to a halt.
Yeah. Excuse me.
And he was at one time he was the highest paid entertainer in the world, right?
Fucking hell.
And at the breakout of World War One, he actually had to retire from stage, and he went back as a baker in Marseille. How mad's that?
Wow, what an up and down.
So he led out the rest of his years in relative obscurity.
No way.
Yeah. And he passed away in 1945, just at the end of World War II, at the age of 88.
Fucking hell.
But his fame had faded as well. So when he died, it wasn't like, do you know that farting dude on the stage?
He's died.
He's died. Nobody remembered him.
Oh, what a guy.
But nowadays he has had, influence on modern pop culture and stuff like that. Have you heard of Mel Brooks' Blazing Saddles?
Yeah.
Well, there was an extended fart joke in it, and they reckon that was a nod to Le Petit Man.
Oh, that's nice, yeah.
And then, like I say, 1979 was the film Le Petit Man with Leonard Rossiter, which is really funny.
Yeah.
Because of him. I think if it wasn't him playing it, it wouldn't have been as funny.
Yeah, I get you.
And also, there was a short film narrated by Stephen Fry in 1998 called Le Petit Man as well.
Oh, no way.
Also, there's a music called The Fart East. The Fart East. Oh, yeah. What a guy, though. So, my thoughts on this, keep this short and sweet. I could say loads more about it, really. But it just goes to show that you can make a talent out of anything.
You can.
And by chance, in the swimming pool one day, he found something that would make him the biggest earner at that time.
That's fucking crazy, isn't it?
Farting out of it and to royalty.
Yeah.
Farting the Marseillais to royalty. Absolutely fucking brilliant. What a legend.
Love that.
What a bloody legend. Right, I'm going to do a dangly bit, but it's only a quick dangly bit because I want to hear from you.
Yes.
Dylan didn't hear our poem, did he?
He didn't. Maybe
I've seen it. Cordelia's written down. It's a very good bit in the notes, so I'll watch it after.
It's a very good bit. Do you hear that? I'm a poet and you didn't know it.
I didn't.
Right. So my dangly bit is a little bit of a nod to a previous episode that we did.
Okay.
You weren't here, but do you remember the reel that went out? And I was telling the story of a mistress who brought in her sub, didn't know what she was going to do, and she had him stood in a brown Zentai suit in the lounge next to her with a lampshade.
Yeah.
And she pulled his willy.
Yeah.
And when she did that, he had a torch and he went and turned the torch on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when she pulled his willy again, turned the torch off. Well, I found something.
I thought you were going to just hold up a torch then.
No.
You're going to be my light.
So a lot of people actually sent me a photo of this and went, oh my God, it's your lamp guy. And I am developing my studio at home at the moment to make it like, I've got like loads of things in the background and everything. And this is going to be one of them.
Oh, sick.
Hang on.
Oh, that's sick.
How good's that? Low light, highlight. So, I mean, I like the fact that you're playing as Willie, but you push it up to get the highlight.
That is class.
So for those who aren't watching, this is, I'd say it's about a foot high. It's a white man with his willy out, and his willy is a light switch, and on his head is a yellow lampshade, just like the guy. Look, he's got a little happy face, look.
Oh, he has,
He's got a little happy face. I can't.
off the light
Yeah,
so
hang
we can
on,
see the
hang on,
happy
hang on. Let me just feel his willy again.
There's the face.
In focus now.
There he is.
Okay. So there you go. That's my new willy light for my studio.
He's amazing.
So what I'm going to do in my studio, I've got like a big massive backdrop, and I've got like a little ladder and little things around. And every time I use the studio, I'm going to put like little highlights from all the previous episodes.
Oh,
so
boss.
all the little things that have featured.
It'll be like a time capsule of,
And people are like, oh, what's Vic going to have in the background this time?
Yeah.
Because basically every episode I've had something.
Yeah.
So like, 82 episodes worth of stuff so far. Well, he is going to be featured.
Love that.
Isn't he, boss?
Yeah, he's cool now.
I'm going to turn the light off though, because it's going to reflect on the padded cell thing in the background.
There we are.
There we go. So there's my dangly bit. And
Love
there's
it.
plenty of time for you to tell us this exciting thing that you've been dying to share with
I've
me.
been fucking
What have you got
so
for us, right?
excited. So fucking excited about this. So, Dale, have you got the picture I sent through?
indeed.
You've got it, yeah. Just leave it there for now. Leave it there for now. So I am obsessed with Egypt.
Yes, I love Egyptology. My auntie was an Egyptologist person.
I fucking love it. Just the whole mystery around the pyramids and just the ancient Egypt, the whole life that they were leading, and how intelligent they all were and everything like that. I'm just obsessed with it. And then, when people ask you the question, if you could time travel anywhere, where would you time travel to?
It would be there.
It'd be there.
I'd have to be high up though. I couldn't be one of the plebs.
No, I know.
Because you go you go in the sarcophagus with your master and all that, don't you?
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
But I'd just love to go and sit on somewhere close enough and just watch the pyramids being built. I wouldn't want to be involved in it.
I mean, you'd have to be around a long time, mate.
I know.
Because it didn't happen overnight, did it?
No.
Well,
no.
Unless the aliens were involved.
Well, that's...
Do you watch Ancient Aliens?
You are?
Do you watch Ancient Aliens?
No. But...
Mate, watch Ancient Aliens.
It sent me down too much of a rabbit hole. I try and stay away from all that stuff because I know what I'm like.
Yeah, you're like me.
I would. I would deep dive it.
Right, go pyramids.
So there's been a new discovery that's popped up all over social media lately. I found it last week and there hasn't really been too much since, but by the time I'm recording this might change. So just if you're watching this and you're going to fact check me, just know that, it's been 2 weeks since I'm saying this and you're watching it.
Yeah. Did the Wizard of Oz send you this?
No.
Okay.
No.
Because I think I know what it is, and the Wizard of Oz has gone, one, send it to Rye.
It's mental. It's absolutely mental. So there's two guys who've been using some new form of, it's sort of like radar and LiDAR mixed together.
LiDAR is so good, isn't it?
Yeah.
But this particular one, it's like deep ground penetrating, isn't it?
Yeah.
LiDAR, I think, only goes down so far. This one goes right down, doesn't it?
Well, this uses seismic activity.
Yeah.
And it produces a map based off what it's found. And initially they were using it on the pyramid to try and find a new chamber. And they did find the chamber. But what they found was when they started looking down, they found 8 cylindrical shafts that go down about 2 kilometers.
Yeah.
And you can see some sort of spiral that's going around there. But then, so there's 2 rows of 4. So they lead down to 2 cubes, which are 80 meters wide. So there's 2 80-meter wide cubes.
How far down are they?
2 kilometers. The shafts go down
It's
2
fucking
kilometers.
aliens, I'm telling you.
And then there's, these 80-meter cubes. Dill, if you could bring
What are
up that
they made out
photo,
of?
please. Don't know.
Fucking get down there and have a look.
So this is what we're kind of looking
2
at.
weeks ago.
This is what's been mapped. So you can see the pyramid, which is the black at the top, and they're the chambers which are inside.
Okay, so I have seen a picture of this, but I purposely didn't look into it because I thought Jim would ask you to have a look at it.
He might
So
have.
I've just seen this picture. I don't know anything.
Yeah.
So
they're the cylindrical shafts, and then there's some sort of, spiral running down it. I don't know whether that's a walkway or whether that's like a copper conductor. Because there's one theory that the pyramids are just big fucking power plants.
Power plants, yeah.
Or some people theorise that they're weapons.
I've heard other people also saying that they're all joined up because there's loads of pyramids around the world and sending signals to space and all that.
Yeah. There's that. Because I haven't wrote it down. I didn't think I'd get into it too much, but the way that they're built and the size that they're built, it's really it relates back to the shape and size of the Earth.
So underneath the pyramid there, you've got these cylinders. They're obviously they're in blue.
Yeah.
Have they got any idea what they're made of?
No. But apparently I was reading a comment section somewhere. One of the doctors has gone down there and said we got to the cubes and there was really blue water and there was some sort of humanoid body down there. But obviously there's no fucking camera footage.
There's water down there?
Yeah, really blue water. I don't know how true that is though. I don't know.
Like, is it letting in water somehow?
But in my mind, there was a theory that Tesla said that he thinks it's just a big fucking power plant of some sort. Now, if he thinks it's some like sort of hydro thing to make power with electricity and stuff like that. So in my mind, that's where I'm going with it. But it's fucking crazy, and it's. I know TikTok's specific to you with its algorithm and stuff, but it's all over my TikTok at the minute. Okay,
so let's break this down. Mm-hmm. How long have we got? Okay.
We've got a while, yeah.
Let's break this down. So let's go back. How many thousands of fucking years old are these pyramids?
Thousands and thousands and thousands.
Okay. So, and from the surface, they look like they've been made from some kind of like, brick, mortar, stone, all that kind of, and the whole chambers on the inside. We know that. Passageways, chambers, burial chambers.
Yep.
We know what's on the outside. It's a burial chamber for all intents and purposes.
That's what we think at the minute.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, this thing underneath, is it some kind of foundation? Could it be that they've built really deep foundations so these pyramids do last for a couple of thousand years and don't crumble to bits?
Yeah.
Were they having loads of earthquakes back then and this was some kind of thing to make them stable?
Structurally sound, yeah, maybe.
Yeah. However, even if that is a logical explanation, how do they go down 2 kilometres?
It's fucking crazy, isn't it crazy?
And how do they make them cylindrical?
Yeah. Yeah.
And how do they get down there and then make chambers
and walkways and this fucking 80-metre wide cube? It's mental.
The only way I would think that you could do it back then is that landmass wasn't so high and they've built up.
Well, they say because in the King's Chamber it's made out of granite. And the only place you could get granite was 500 miles south of the pyramids. And they say there's a theory that they just, loaded the boat up and got it up the Nile and stuff like that. And then they used wet mud to shift the blocks and just whatever. And they had manpower with all the slaves and stuff like that. But still, how the fuck are you getting fucking granite? Just solid cubes of granite up that high. Like, I would love for them to just say, do you know what, it was aliens.
Yeah. Well, it's like Stonehenge. They know that the stones of Stonehenge have come from Wales.
Yeah. Yeah.
How, and this particular stone is only found in this. So how's it made its way? It's so heavy.
Yeah.
How have they got it over there? But so similar sort of thing. But this is obviously a long time.
It's on a grand scale, and but the pyramids like this are being found everywhere now, aren't they?
Yeah. Everywhere. I mean, there's some in Romania and everything.
Yeah.
All over the place.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's the logical thing, is that maybe it's foundations or something like that.
Yeah.
But despite all the logical stuff, I just don't know how they've made it. What sort of technology did they have to make round, cylindrical shafts that go down 2 kilometres?
2 kilometres.
I don't understand how they could do that. Because even now, you'd need specialist machinery.
Oh, you would, yeah.
Because, I mean, you're talking about ground that have they surveyed the ground? Do they know what's underneath there? What sort of ground is it? Can it support a pyramid? Are the chambers going to cave in?
Yeah.
Is it going to let water in? Is it really porous ground?
Yeah.
Is it stone we're going through? Is the fucking fiery pit of hell going to be at the very bottom of this because we're Egyptians 2,000 years ago and don't have the knowledge? It just blows my mind.
Isn't it mental?
There's too many questions. Even if it was literally just a foundation. How have they done it?
Yeah. They're the questions we need to know.
I need to know, is it wrapped in anything? Is there any metal in there?
Yeah.
Because if it is, that just blows all that right out the water.
There's been loads of AI videos on it. It's showing copper coils on it, that's leading me to think power station. Because I've always wanted to believe something like that about that they're more than just burial chambers.
Communication towers, they are.
I'd love it to be anything like that.
Telling you.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you think about the engineering back then, part of me is like, has there been some kind of cataclysmic event in between then and now? And they were really super clever. Not up to where we are now, but they got to a point where they were really, really advanced, and something has happened to the human race to take us right back to start again. Because some of the things that they're doing then is stuff that we're doing now. Some of the knowledge and the science and the maths, the physics that they're coming up with to create just a fucking pyramid and move the stone. That's very advanced, really, isn't it?
I can't remember his name. Dr. Graham something. He's really strong believer that there was a great reset.
Yeah, I think there must have been, to then go right back.
We hit a certain peak of intelligence, the Ice Age came, wiped fucking everything out, and we'd start again.
Yeah, I do think that. Otherwise, we would be a lot more advanced.
I think so.
Yeah. This is other thing I'm going to do one day. I'm not going to go into it too much. But they reckon, there's scientists and doctors out there reckon that our DNA at some point has been tampered with.
Okay.
Because there's been a big jump in our intelligence at some point, whereby it should take millions of years for us to get to this point.
Yeah.
And we've seen this like little change in our DNA.
The human
back.
brain size as well as...
The Human Genome Project, you've probably heard about it. It's been going on for years. And they found this bit of code which looks like it's been put in. I mean, it could just be a flaw. It's mad crazy flaw,
a mutation or something,
which is just then mutated, and but actually they're thinking, where's this come from really? Because really, naturally, it shouldn't really happen. And it's this that has made us really clever and really advanced and got us to this point. But going back to this, if they weren't super intelligent and we weren't all like wiped out and reset, where have they got their intelligence from?
Yeah, if the story we're led to believe is true, then how the fuck has all this come about? And do you know what? It could just be a myth. It could be something that, because it's experimental equipment that they use, and it could just be bringing up anomalies. And
I don't think it is.
I don't think it is.
It's too accurate.
Yeah.
And the things that LiDAR are picking up, never mind this new technology.
Yeah.
LiDAR, the way it's mapped out, Machu Picchu and all that area.
Exactly.
The stuff that
There's
they're
a pyramid
finding.
there, isn't there?
Right, they've also they've done LiDAR over Egypt. And they found ancient Egypt and how it would have looked, all the streets and houses. They've literally mapped out all the streets and houses. It looks like a grid pattern.
No way.
Where you see Cairo now.
Yeah.
And it's just jam-packed. It's like, can't get a fucking sticky paper down the street. It's dead packed. Well, old Cairo was like that.
Was it?
And you can see all the main streets and then all the little back alleyways. You can see what the big buildings, what maybe like guest houses might have been, and like little tiny dwellings. And you can see the rich part of town, the poor part of town. So good. I love what LiDAR's doing. But this ground penetrating stuff, like you say, I think it's bouncing off structures, isn't it? Underground, somehow, seismic type stuff.
People saying it's a LiDAR radar mix.
Yeah.
There is a proper name for it.
Clever it is. And I think it's going to unearth, quite literally, some really amazing stuff. And I'm really excited to see where this goes, because it actually could change everything we know.
Oh, well, rewrite history. If this is true and they figure out what it is, this will rewrite history.
Aliens.
Oh, I hope it is.
Me too.
I hope it is.
I hope so too. I want the world to be a bit more interesting. And it's not just we exist, we earn money, we fucking slog ourselves to death and then die for no fucking reason. I want there to be aliens and ghosts and fucking demigods and everything.
Yeah.
Let's make this shit more interesting.
Yeah, that's...
Because life, do you know what?
No more secrets.
Yeah, I want it to be more interesting. I want to exist for a reason, not just to fucking pay bills and die.
I'd love these motherships that have been spotted just pop up and just, get
told you.
Get on ITV at 6. It's happening, boys. Listen, it was us. This is how we did it.
It'll happen in New York as well, because everything fucking happens in New York.
Do you want another one?
Yeah.
Do you want us to knock a pyramid up at, St. John's?
St. John's, though. Someone like the coats downstairs.
We'll stick a pair of 110s at the top for you.
Brilliant. And do you know what? I want to see where this progresses. So maybe as the story's progressing,
we can
come back to it every now and then. Yeah. So when something is discovered, we can just get right. So back to the pyramids.
Yeah.
This has been discovered. Isn't it, boss? Tell us those fucking aliens.
Oh, I'd love
There's little aliens 2 kilometres down.
It could be, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Just a little hive of...
Yeah. All doing the thing and like...
Oh, thank fuck you're here. We've been locked in here for fucking
exactly,
4,500 years.
House. Woohoo!
I'm fucking starving.
Yeah, so let's go back to it.
Yeah.
And see where it all goes, because I think we're going to find out some boss stuff.
I hope so. I hope so.
Right, so we've got 4 minutes. So, let's do a Fetish factoid.
Let's do it.
Do you know what mucophilia is?
Oh, it's not mucus, is it?
It's not. Snot. We've done mucus and snot before.
Okay.
That was fuck.
I remember that one.
Snotophilia. I can't remember what it was.
I remember that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Mucophilia. No, it's actually it's a sneezing fetish.
Okay.
But mucus hasn't got to be involved.
Yeah.
It's called muca because of the...
Yeah.
So I'm like, why should I get aroused by sneezing? Now, you heard the thing that a sneeze is 1/10 of an orgasm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Yeah, I thought, yeah.
But it's come from something factual. This doctor, hang on. Dr. Sneeze. What the fucking doctor? No, nothing like that. Dr. Holly Boyer from Minnesota.
Okay.
So this actually comes from sneezing. It releases endorphins. And if you think about when you sneeze, occasionally you just go, achoo. But most of the time you go, achoo!
It edges you a bit,
Well,
doesn't
I
it?
do, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're edged, exactly. So it's the whole build up and then
Yeah.
the release.
Yeah.
It's a satisfaction.
It's very orgasm released, isn't it?
It is. It induces this sense of pleasure like an orgasm.
Yeah.
I mean, she obviously hasn't witnessed one of mine, is all I can say.
But to be fair, it's when you lose a sneeze.
Orgasm, not sneeze.
When you lose a sneeze, it's just as heartbreaking.
Frustrating.
Oh, fuck. You know
like,
when it's right on the edge of you?
Yeah.
And then it just disappears. You fuck
Yeah,
off, you
you
like
kick a
twat.
cat, don't you? Yeah. So she says that this has just come from the whole 10th of an orgasm, from the fact that the build-up, the anticipation and the release
Yeah.
is quite similar.
Yeah.
And that whole, oh, thank God for that. Because sometimes you're like, for ages, yeah, doing the face as well. That is not me cum face, by
And
the
the thing
way.
is, you can't tell anyone what you're doing. So, like, if you get a sneeze going, you're coming out.
Yeah. Yeah, you just can't do it, can you?
It's just the international hand up. And then if the other person doesn't respect what you're doing, they're a cunt.
Yeah, exactly.
If they ask
Yeah.
you what you're doing, because you're not allowed to interrupt the sneeze.
No, you can't.
fucking-
No.
avoided
I had a cold again recently, as we both know. You weren't well either, were you?
It's sick every week this month.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
I had the biggest motherfucking sneezes. This particular virus was a sneezy one.
Yeah.
For once, thank you, it didn't go to my chest. It was just sneezing and head cold and everything.
Yeah.
But there was one particular day, where was I? I was somewhere. And do you know when it just comes out of nowhere? I didn't have the whole edging.
Bang. Yeah.
Where was I? I can't remember where I was now because somebody looked at me. And I was just like, went, Achoo! I fucking shocked myself. I was a whole body sneeze. It
Yeah.
wasn't just a chew, it was a.
Yeah.
And this woman went, fuck off.
It's been
I
shot.
nearly floored her. She's like, where did that come from? Anyway, I mean, that wasn't just a 10th of an orgasm. That was a multiple.
That was 10 orgasms.
Yeah, definitely. So just before we finish, so why have we got sneeze enthusiasts? It's the whole build-up. They quite like, they get turned on. Similar to when you're building up to an orgasm.
yeah.
You're like, all that. Maybe not quite like that. Similar, watching somebody build up and then that sneeze and then, it does something to them. Yeah.
I can imagine, to be fair, yeah.
Yeah. And some people like to sneeze themselves. They quite like how it feels. And I'm like, why? So when you have an orgasm, you have like abdominal contractions. When you sneeze, you abdominal contraction.
Oh, okay.
When you have a multiple sneeze, some people, they like use muscles similar to what you'd use during an orgasm.
Got ya.
And it does actually give them a little bit of a wet on.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a little mini jizz.
Little mini jizz, yeah. And there's this thing, hang on, fucking hell, where is it? There's this thing where you sneeze involuntarily while you're shagging.
Oh, wow.
Here we go. So, sneezing induced by sexual thought, sneezing induced sneeze. Fuck off, Vic. Sexually induced sneezing. I thought it was a big word. I'm disappointed. It needed a word. What can we call it, right?
What's it called? Sexually induced sneezing? Says.
Sizz. Okay. So to sizz.
Yeah.
So some people, as they're building up to orgasm, they have this spontaneous sneezing that they can't help. Yeah.
No
but
way.
some people, it actually enhances their orgasm.
Oh, yeah, it's
so as their
getting the muscles
orgasm,
going, innit?
the sneeze are like, achoo, achoo. And apparently it's like really amazing.
I can imagine. Yeah, they must be fucked after that. They
I'll
must
be
sleep
taking
for a
Pepper
week.
to bed now, mate. As Jim's walking, me like grind a bit of pepper over my nose. Yeah. So there you go. That's why.
Crazy.
Yeah. People. Some people just spontaneously sneeze during sex, and it gets them off a little bit more. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Each to their own.
Yeah. So, and also, if you're into it, or you think you're into it, there's whole forums out there. Good old Reddit.
This isn't.
Sneeze Fetish Forum. And there's also a community out there with 500,000 sneeze fetishists on it.
Fucking hell.
Look up the Sneeze Fetish Forum. You're very welcome. Very welcome. And you know what? I might have a little go at sneezing during sex and see if we can make the orgasms even bigger.
Well, it would, I think.
Mine are pretty big, like.
Mine are.
You had a multiple.
Mine are proper dad sneeze.
Have you had a multiple orgasm not sneeze? Have you?
Yeah.
It's a newish thing in
I
our
had
household.
3 yesterday, and I feel like once you go past 2, it's taking
I
the
got
piss
in
then.
one go.
What?
One sitting is this.
Sneeze. Like, choo, choo.
I'm talking about orgasms, you know, bed.
Oh, no. No.
You've never had a multiple orgasm.
I have one and fall asleep, mate.
It's like guys tend not to have them so much. It's a newish thing in our household, though. I'll let Jim tell you about it one day. Sorry, love, I'm going to go. I'm going to go before it descends. So, if you binge watching, put the kettle on. We'll see you at 5. If not, we'll see you next week.
Love you, bye.
And there we have it. Another day made better by listening to the curators of chaos. Thanks for dropping by. And if you enjoyed the show, we'd really appreciate you sharing the Love the Paddysell podcast with your friends. Don't forget to give us a follow on our socials, maybe some 5-star reviews, and feel free to send us an email to medic@thepaddysellpodcast.co.uk or even interact with us on Facey, Insta and our other socials because we love chatting to you. Make sure you stop by next week because, as Bowie says, I don't know where I'm going next, but I promise it won't be boring. Catch you soon.